Hello City Kids, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about giving. Now you may be thinking, what's giving? Or I heard about giving before, that's when you put money in the bucket at church, the offering. And that is a form of giving, but today I want you to think outside of just money. I want you to think about giving of your time or sharing or sowing. If you think about a seed, and I feel like some of my videos I talk a lot about seed. If you think about a seed, you have some seed in your hand and you put it in the ground and then it gets watered. What happens when it grows and it has a harvest? It gets into this big plant, and it's bigger than what you put in. So I put a little tiny seed, and I wish I had one to show you, but I put a little tiny seed in the ground and I put dirt over it and I water it and it rains and then it grows to be bigger than what I put in the ground. So think about that. Think about that little seed and then a big plant when you're giving your time, when you're helping other people, when you do put money in the offering bucket, when your parents or an adult gives you money, or maybe you saved up your money from your allowance. Whatever we give comes back to us, and how much we give determines how much comes back to us. And just so you know, we shouldn't give no matter what. We're giving our time, we're giving our we're giving up, maybe we're giving up our sleep to help somebody, or giving money, whatever we're giving, our talents, if you're a musician, or you're really good at sports, or you're really good with computers and phones, whatever we're giving, we should never give so that we can get something back. We should always give because that's what the Bible tells us to do. In fact, I'm going to show it to you. So I'm going to read two Bible verses to you. The first one is in the book of Luke, and it's chapter 6, verse 38. And it says, "Give, and you will receive. Your gift will return to you in full, pressed down, shaken together, to make room for more, running over and into your lap. The amount you give will determine the amount you get back." So it says give. Once you give, once you put that seed in the ground, it'll come back. And when it comes back to you, it'll be pressed down, shaken together, which means they're gonna push it down so that you can have room for more and more and more. It's gonna run over and it's gonna pour out into your lap. You're not gonna have room for it. And the amount that you give determines the amount you get back. However much seed that I put in the ground, if you're thinking still about plants, is how much of a big plant or a big harvest is what's going to come back. It's the same thing with our time, with our gifts, with our talents, with our money. It's the same thing. And there's another verse in the book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 35. And it says, "I have been a constant example of how you can help those in need by working hard. You should remember the words of the Lord Jesus. It is more blessed to give than to receive." So Jesus tells us that it's way better to give than to ever want to get anything back. So think about that, how that applies to your life. Maybe you have an allowance and maybe you can help someone in need. Or maybe you are very good at baseball or football, and there's little kids on your street that need help learning how to play sports. Or maybe you're so good with electronics and mommy or daddy or an adult don't know how to find a new app on their phone. Or maybe you're just a really good listener. God gave us 2 ears to listen. Maybe you're a really good listener and someone's feeling upset, so you're going to give your time and you're going to give your ears to listen to somebody. Whatever it is, imagine that it's seeds, and we put it in the ground and we put the dirt over it and we let it rain and then we get a big harvest, so much so that it's running over. And the Bible will always remind us it's better to give than to receive. We should never give because we want to get something back. We should give because that's what God tells us to do, to help other people. And then he just rewards us because of it. So now we're going to get into a story, and maybe you've heard of this one before. If you give a mouse a cookie. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look at a mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read a story. So you'll read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask you to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name. With a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need, what do you think he needs? Scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that, what do you think we're gonna remind him of? He's thirsty. So, he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, what do you think's gonna happen? He's going to want a cookie to go with it. If you give a mouse a cookie. So it's a little funny book, and it goes along with giving, the message that we had today. And you see how one little thing that he gave turned out to be cleaning the house and taking a nap and drawing a picture and getting another cookie and all of these things. So when we give, we always get back bigger than what we put in. And it's always better to give than to receive. All right, City Kids, that's all for this one. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great day. Stay cool because it's hot out there.